on EGM, who had clearly leveled Ion Shell first, so he doesn't have Surge. He might get right-click down here, and yeah, he already knows he's going to have to go for the deny here, and Roche might go for the last hit. Nope.
Well played, Dread.
Yeah, Dread saves out that Fire Blast, gets the last hit. Here comes the big bad wolf. He wants Ogre Blood, and Dread can't get away from this. It might be a continuation of right clicks, plus that Ion Shell on the wolf certainly doesn't help. And he is slowly fading away into an Ogre death. Oh, gets taken down there on the back end side, so it will be Pycat who picks up that one. And he returns back to top lane.
Wait for the half.
Radiant's bottom
tower. We'll see if Team Tinker want to go for a defense, and Ice Path lands again, of course catching Dread, but they should be able to take it down. Very last minute glyph right there. A glyph or ticket, they say, as well. 15 left, allows for Faceless Void to move in and clean it on up, but look at this out near the bottom. From behind, Sing back from the grave, looking to get something in on this fight. Sentry going to be dropped up to your 4, Team Tinker, to try to scout out where the heck they are. And quickly leap away from this wall. Dread, though, going to be caught out with the Ice Path very nicely. Sing already looking to move on to the next target, but is able to blink away.
He was hoping for that RNG. Boba may still die. Earn plus the ignite. 20. That's the last Earn tick. Kompas Gaming are playing some.
Trying for some sort of flank play to get someone on the way out and at least burst them down. Ideal target being this place. Follow up macro fire. BKB going to be popped. Just catch the jewels. And Links opens up from the outside. Coming in from behind though is going to be Koikfa. He does manage to sneak down a couple of kills here. No, he doesn't get anything. No, he runs out. No, he gets nothing. And look at the other side. Yeah, he's getting caught out in his own, and this is going to be coiled and taken apart.
I think this. After that, well, maybe not over, but this is Rax's.
Pycat's like, please, I'll just get at least Athel Ginjay, but that's just an Aegis. Now he has to run away. His Necro Book already lose another tier 3 and a Rax. The other one being very low. Team Tinker, man, I don't know if they're going to be able to come back to this one. It's going to take a huge team fight swing and a push from their own side.
Yeah, luckily just the range Rax we saw earlier today with the Moscow 5 game, where Moscow 5 got like a Rax and a half ahead but just couldn't win the game. Unfortunately though, Kompas, they've got a much better late game lineup. The Void Chronosphere guarantees a kill or two every single time it's used. You've got an Ogre with an Acceptor for huge damage output. Clinks has a BKB, which he didn't even have in that fight, as well as a Crystallis. So 2 big items that he didn't have that fight, but being picked up. Quick his itemization is just being very questionable. Yeah, like this guy is normally the most consistent player on this team, but this is
lots of mobility and the Midas, but now he's getting the, yeah, what are you gonna do without here?
I don't even think he needed the Chronosphere.
He just took a couple of right clicks and
he was probably a bit worried because Mask of Madness would have meant he takes bonus damage, so if he doesn't backtrack the heal Dagon ulti, he dies because of the Mask of Madness bonus damage.
Yeah. But a quick easy grab on your core Necro puts him out for 40 plus seconds. Jeez. And that's an Agnums on your farmed Witch Doctor. So an Agnums Witch Doctor, an Agnums Ochre. These Kompas Gaming supports even have a lot to show, and there's your Scythe now complete. That's as if things weren't hard enough.
Ginormous.
The arsenal continues to grow here on the side of Kompas Gaming, and they might go for a last hurrah. You see Pycat making a push effort there on the bottom. We'll be able to TP away, but I think Kompas Gaming feel like they can be able to put a lid on this game at this point. With one last hurrah down this bottom lane, they can finish what they started, take out the second Rax, and that leaves Team Tinker very much their back against the wall, but they might get another kill here, hopping in top lane, and without even a chrono here, he's just going to try to right-click down. Pycat is going to be forced to go and shapeshift and use that move to get away, but he stops, goes for the Necro Books, a little bit extra farm, now turn back. Pycat, oh, the back! Catches him in as Koikfa tries to show up in time, but BKB he's off, and Koikfa's Reaper's Scythe goes to nothing.
I mean, that was, I mean, Pycat came back in and he got the second hit back, so he's slightly lucky.
He's going right, he thinks he can make a move here as Clink shows up, takes him out.
That was not disaster. The time, like, you don't have Reapers to kill him off, so. Yeah, I don't know. Not Tinker's best performance.
I'm going to chalk this one up to what has to be team fatigue, both probably, I imagine, physically and mentally.
And they've just played 2 BLS before this against Fnatic, and the star ladder was
and I'm sure they have more games to play today. It looks like Going to get a hold of, hopefully, the Switch Doctor, though. It takes 3 of them and a couple of ultimates with a Yule to try to get him. This is now allowing Kompas Gaming to kind of walk themselves into this top lane and begin to wreak havoc on this tier 3. Blitz is not up yet, needs a few more seconds, but quickly the racks are going to fall right here. We very well want to see Team Tinker throwing the towers. Now EGM's going to get caught out solo by this puck.
I think they already have thrown it. Sing Sing using the Yules there, he helped out the Witch Doctor dodging a little arcane bolt, so I think that was I think that was Sing Sing just probably joking around with this thing. They probably admitted defeat in there, they Skype or mumble or whatever it may be.
I think they already know it's over and they're just going to have to, they're going to make Kompas Gaming work for it. In the meantime, let's see if they can get anything else. Buckling, Steedy, Pop, that's going to be your mega creep jumping on. And Chrono's got is on 2, Afro Ninja going to look to clean up. DM will end up going down, now turns his sights on to 6. In the meantime, they'll take it very low, ends up falling. The Necroblood chasing him right down, but there's Dread turning right back to the power of that Agnes for taking the first home to take out the Lycanthrope, and well, there's a big slam in the Reaper side that will remove Void. Roll just up to 120 seconds, but the GG has been called, and we have wrapped it up, and I can't have but look, I need to see what were the odds for this matchup. I'm sure there are a lot of happy bettors out there in this game. Man, oh man, what a solid showing from Kompas Gaming, and unfortunately for Team Tinker, just not their best.
Kompas Gaming, I mean, we kind of talked about them as one of the big upcomers, always capable of these upsets against these tier 1 teams, and can never get too complacent when versing them.
Man, the odds, by the way, if you were curious, were 84% in favor of Tinker, and Kompas Gaming only 16%. That is a
does not do Kompas Gaming justice. Like, I would say this was like a 70, because of the best of one nature, I'd say it's like 70-30 maybe, but
might have been a good value, but considering how much Tinker's already been playing, you know, with the Ronin Starladder, the game's already today.
Starladder was yesterday. There's often a lot of drinking after Starladder ends.
Partying. Like, I don't know if they've traveled already. There might have been a travel time in there at some point, coming back together. I'm sure they're very exhausted. I think that would have been a smart bet to take.
For Bulba, it's like all the way back to the US. You got to be jet lagged if you just spent like the weekend in Ukraine.
And I think they got more games to play, so best of luck to them for the rest of their games. I think they're done with us in the Summit too, but we still have more action. We're going to be moving on to game number 5 of 6, and our next matchup will be actually Team Empire taking on Goblak in his Virtus Pro Polar. Should be a nice matchup. If you like what you heard, catch me on my Twitter at CarlGuy. This handsome guy right here is Gods. Catch him over on his Twitter at BTS Gods rather. We'll be back in just a moment, and hopefully I will make sure the mics will be muted. Take care. Now with rotations, this is lots of time now. Maybe Crunch, I don't know. Maybe I did go in too far. And now he's in trouble. They pounce on him. And with Bulba here, they commit a lot for it, but they might be able to secure a first blood bonus. No! He takes down Ben.
Ravage! He can ravage a Chroma!
Ravage! No! He gets it off! He takes down another! A double kill! Can he get at least one more anchor smash at the end? He cannot.
Bloody disaster! Mid lane meanwhile, 6-6 going down to the tree and ganking. Oh, Tinker.
The magic carpet ride, this courier is able to find himself safely away.
I was about to say, he microed that courier. There's some confusion.
They still want it. And Pycat still does. He's certainly on the hunt for it, but can't quite get a hold of it. The dual advanced core was probably busy microing that courier. Might get caught now from behind. And Bulba's on the hunt with no more mana. Gets it done. After picking up that helmet, he already has 1,100 gold.
And gets his first turn charges. That's often really important, especially when you're an offlane hero and you don't have gang speed.
Big Sing might be able to get his team another kill here. Very easy clap crit. And one more right click with a convenient DD rune secures him a kill on FNG.
Okay, and he's now got 200 short of his first dagger, so he can farm a neutral camp for so and be well on his way.
Dragon, see you later.
He comes Brewmaster, but Brewmaster's not going to be here in time of Vol's. Creep. I think he's going to stack this though, and stack and farm. Don't need to dominate anything.
Structures are
he already has 2 stacks on the ancient camp, so someone had started things off for him very nicely as he continues to bring in the pain. And you know, Gyrocopter is one of those heroes that can fantastically benefit a lot from MKB as it is.
He's not found anything with it though. Like he got the 1 solo kill on Treant, but that didn't have much to do with his blink. That was just a DD rune, clap, right click.
Kind of handed over to him more or less, but just a support takedown is not going to be enough for him to try to take this game back at this point. Puts it use in the meantime. He blinks into the creep wave, but so does Funnick. He comes right in with his new fresh blink dagger, pops the anchor smash, and man, you gotta love a Tidehunter against the Brew as well. It's just so freaking good. That anchor smash, if you catch it off early on a Brew before he splits, all the bears have reduced damage as well. Out of control.
Yeah, it's annoying stuff to do.
Is under attack.
For Tinker, like, they've got this blink. We talked about it being one of the comeback mechanics. Hasn't worked out well. The next item they're going to be getting is probably the Yules on Pycat, which is a decent setup as far as when you want to try initiate in on targets, but it's not going to solve all their problems. They can burst down people like Dendy on the TA. Like you Yules Ice Path, you've got a lot of damage, tick damage coming out from Macropire among other things, so it's still doable for Tinker as far as this game's concerned.
Yeah. Dendy always finding the farm, just like last time, man. Dendy and Hibos, just continuation of farm. The other 3 are doing fine, just kind of creating a bit of space. Funnick is constantly adding threat to the side lanes as he continues to make a move here on top. They have their TPs available if they need to rotate, but while Team Tinker are just kind of moving as a group, just trying to decide where they can make something happen. Sing desperate to try to find a kill with his blink dagger. Navi are just fine waiting and farming up to a pinnacle point where they can kind of just take over the game in one fell swoop. So, I don't know. I feel like pressure just continues to build up here for Team Tinker even as the game progresses.
And I think it favors Navi the way their decision to play this farming style. Ooh, mid lane though. And, wrong side of the fissure. I don't know if they had the damage anyways. They need the Jakiro with like Ice Path Macropie to get that kill, but as far as the pace of this game, the one like high impact team fight controller in Brewmaster, he gets countered so hard by the physical damage which kill his Primal Split Warriors, which is exactly what Gyrocopter and TA bring to the table. Yep. So put another damage on these heroes and suddenly this Primal Split is going to be pretty useless.
And TA does even good damage, that split amongst others. The Fade Bolt travels across all the Brews. I mean, I already talked about Anchor Smash, Black Cannon goes all over the place, Ravage. I mean, they have Team Anti-Brew pretty much thrown together.
This Roche. It looks like Navi. Oh no, Bendy's back in. He's undecided.
And they're like, well, maybe if I'm in there, let's make sure that someone's on the outside like Funnick with his Ravage ready to go and blink in case they do make a jump play. But there you go, Ice Path calls out. They will see that Roche has been eating a bit of damage, plus the wave.
Wave actually hits Dendy. But he's like, okay, this wave just hit Roche. That's
could block him in, as Sing also makes the blink commitment. Uh-oh. Sing got 6 seconds before he can blink out. Are they going to get in there and get damage off? Uh-oh. Oh, faking out with the split. This is such timid play, even from Navi. They're like, I don't know if I should commit. This could be a trap. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Is that an illusion? Sure enough, though, he's right there. Takes out the trap, and this is really awkward.
All right,
blinks away. Wow,
makes a decision. Thanks with Pounce, which is pretty handy as far as escaping goes. I don't think Rubik wants to be kind of initiating in first. So.
Deadpool's not even 6 yet, so it's not like she even has swap to kind of help out.
I kind of forgot that was eventual in this game, to be honest.
Oh. Well, we'll see. Potential engagement. Funnick getting caught in the middle of a fight. They now make moves on Sing, but they can't burst him down and sound him enough to stop him from getting the split off. So Flint's there, but then he already takes down 1. He takes down 2. And the third one is going to fall shortly after. And, well, Gyro's been in the air in the meantime, and they're just like, perfect. Sing ends up falling. We'll just move into Roche. Didn't finish what we started.
They could have killed Sing with the Ravage there before ulti, but they said, hey, no, we don't need to do so. They used the Treant ultimate instead on the Primal Split, which is a much less important ultimate. The Ravage it helps secure the Roche damage, which is exactly what it does. And Tinker not really finding any sort of a trade. Pycat was getting a bit of farm at the bottom lane, finishes off his Yule Scepter, but this is a very late Yule Scepter.
Just like their last game, unfortunately. It just, the rhythm seems to be a little bit off right now for Team Tinker, and they just don't really match up as far as how the farm comes. And now taking an overall look at the draft thrown together.
Bulba just level 4.
Oh, these supports, they're broke as a joke right now. Luckily, he has arcane boots to kind of dish out some excessive spell spammage, so he can at least find some farm with creeps. But even these ghosts are just not coming down as easy as he'd like.
Yeah, he leaves it there. He's like,
the farm is just not going to be there, as it looks like he might have to reserve a bit. Maybe they're considering a go on Funnick here, but the second he sees him, blinks out, see ya. Not going to be caught out by any sort of very slow ice path.
Could have used the Yours.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I think it was actually in range, but I don't think they kill him.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
You need more than even those two heroes cannot kill him. Oshaka level 4, Jakira, no, they need a 4th hero.
What is he going for now? I'm looking over at him. He's got a Void Stone here. So a Void Stone, a Helmet Iron Will. He's got a little bit of everything.
I think straight Refresher is what he's thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Is my guess.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. I want to know what he's gonna do with his helm though. I want an armlet. Why not, right? But looking at creeping from behind is saying this time they're persistent. They want to take down this pesky Tidehunter who has now planted himself in the corner. Noticing that there's a lot missing from the map. From their perspective, they do not see a lot of Team Tinker, so they're waiting to get a hold of a little bit of extra intel. I mean, they have these aggressive wards on the other side, so they can see if there's any movement on the first part of the jungle, but not seeing anyone even there. Kind of raises an eyebrow as far as what the hell's actually happening. So instead they move as a group and they're going to head right towards this top lane with Vos leading out the front. He has that Aegis and they're ready to put it to use. And quickly you're going to see the pounce retreat here of Slark to get away. But they ping him out. I don't think they'll catch up, however.
Vos and Dendi just like mimicking each other's items. One goes to the Gash and the other does, one goes to the BKB, the other does. So two Mithril Hammers sitting on the courier, one Dendi's, one Havos.
2 for 1 special.
Oh, in fact, no, Dendi's going for the Death Slider. What am I talking about? He's got the second Mithril. I like this more from he needs to go. He can go pure like single target offensive. Yeah.
You saw how good it was even against the Brew without the Death, so I mean that's just being able to quickly burst down the bears like nothing.
This tier 2 cannot be defended.
Dire's top tower
Slark was still lingering about, but they're not going to get a hold of him. Instead, they turn their attention towards that tier 2. Team Tinker desperately trying to push the wave on bottom, so at least they can do some damage on this own tier 2, but it's going to fall so quick on top lane that if they want, they can pull back for a nice defense. And we'll see if that's going to be the case. First, they're going to hide under the shadow of the fog in their own jungle. And now you can see the first TP coming in advance score. Moving forward, but here we go. TP after TP, and unfortunately for Pycat, he might be the man left behind, and he's trying to keep them away from the rest, so he dives straight past towards enemy territory. Knows that means he's going to have to potentially sacrifice himself. Tries to go for the TP, and actually makes it out, it looks like. No, he doesn't make it out. He ends up falling right there, and same goes for Bulbas, so. Yeah. Trying to create a bit of space for their precious close jump. While they score, they can jump in on their both mid lane. Still has that Aegis. It's up to live here. Could expire any moment. It's been up there for quite a while, but there it is.
For this. I think it's worth it if they get this goal especially. Back up on the way, but it looks like it's going to be too far. Havos still alive for living armor.
Oh, the Cyclone.
That's not.
Here they go. There's starting to fall one after one. Dendi. Huge right click damage as he comes in with that fresh and new Desolate. There, boom! Big slam on Bakefish. And Bulba returns with a nice echo and manages to finish off Havos. But it looks like that. The 4-man takedown. Team Tinker are done. Clearly need a bit more rest, a bit more rejuvenation, so they can come back into fighting shape.
It was just a bit too much. Navi pull out a classic Navi draft and just good execution. They didn't do anything special, I feel. Like, they laned it the obvious way. The supports didn't do any crazy smoke ganks. They just pulled, farmed, and I mean, the only thing that really went as it shouldn't was the top lane with Funnick. He should not have done as well as he should have.
God, he got everything.
That 1v4 double kill, that was just disaster. Like, there was just nothing. From there on, it was just everything fell apart.
It worked out perfectly. All three lanes from start to finish in their control, and they got it done. Not much more needs to be said about it, as now Navi, in much better position, move up to a nice 5-1 record, which actually puts them side by side with Team Secret in that 3rd place spot. And for Team Tinker, who started off the day 6-1 at the top position, now fall down to 6-3.
That's
and being side by side with Power Rangers for the top position.
They still have 2 more games left, so worst case they end up 6-5, which may put them out of the top 4. So
and they have to play. I mean, they still have to play Cloud9, which is a good Empire.
Oh gosh, that's rough.
So, you know, it's not like they have the easiest path ahead of them. They still got a lot of work to do. And
I'd say they need to win one of those 2 games to be top 4, but if they lose both, it could be tough.
Could be in tiebreaker situation. Nobody wants that. So with that said,
they have time to rest, you know, get back in form, and
which they desperately need. I mean,
hopefully come out guns blazing when they verse those 2 teams.
I'm sure they will. But Navi, happy to benefit, looking sharp as ever, pull off their own win, and that's going to wrap things up for today. We had 6 best-of-1 matchups for you. We'll be back tomorrow for more Summit European action. You said we have 7 games?
7 games of Europe tomorrow. Hells yeah. We have
fantastic.
We have some good SEA as well. I think there's like 6 SEA games as well tonight.
Yeah.
So.
There's a lot of Dota coming, and everyone I think is going to be back in the house by today. So
maybe already here. We don't really know.
Yeah, the full BTS force is going to be back and ready to bring you the action. And if you want to find out and support more about us, catch me on my Twitter at ConnellGuy. Catch this guy over on BTS Gods on his Twitter. A pleasure as always, folks. We'll be back tomorrow for more Summit 2 by G2A.com. European action. Later tonight, you'll see the C Dota come on out. So we expect you to come by and show your support. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.